Hello folks, today in the lesson series we are going to talk about behind the slide playing in Delta Blues, and we're going to use the tune or the form for the tune Come On In My Kitchen as a study to figure out how to put some behind the slide playing in. So first let me just play through this the way I play it, and then we're going to go through it and I'll show you some of the tricks and things that I use. Alright, now Alright guys, now that's just some of the stuff that I do. So let's just go through some of that and talk a little bit about it. Alright, so in the first place, the original tune, Come On In My Kitchen, kind of starts with Robert Johnson going. So, just to understand that a little bit, let me just go ahead and go through those licks. Now, you're going to be at the 12th fret. I'm in open G, which is D, G, D, G, B, D. That's the first string. That's the 6th. Up at the 12th fret, you're going to go up on the first string, and then you're going to go kind of 12 down to 10, like that. So, and then you're going to grab the second string at about the 11th fret. So you're not going to completely go back to 10, and you're going to come up to the 12th fret and then hit the 12th fret on the 3rd string. So, alright, and what am I doing down here? All I'm doing is catching the 5th string at about the 2nd fret and coming up to the 4th fret and then playing strings 3 and 4, which sound a little out of tune, to be frank with you, but there it is. So, alright, now after that we're going to take off on the stuff that I do. Then I like to, especially when I'm playing with Little Joe and the Buffalo Wings, I'll go up to the 15th fret on the 1st and 2nd strings and do this. Alright, that's the basic thing that I do. There's no real behind the slide playing, but 1st and 2nd string at the 15th fret with the slide, and then open strings 5, 4, and 3, and then that 2 to 4 on 5, like that, and then open strings 4 and 3. And then back up to the 15th fret on strings 1 and 2, and then sort of the 11th fret to the 12th on 2, and then 12 on 3. Now, here's where, when I'm playing it out live, the behind the slide comes in. Alright, now what am I doing there? You've seen me do this a lot. In fact, this lick was in one of my quick licks videos a while back, maybe last year. Basically, I'm on the 4th string, and I'm going 12, and then 3rd string at the 10th fret with my 1st finger, while letting 12 ring, and then 12 with the 3rd and 4th string with the slide, and then 2nd, 3rd string up to 12, and actually 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string, and then now that move there is something that Robert Johnson, of course, he didn't do any of this behind the slide stuff. But I'd love it if you'd go out. I would encourage you, go out and check out Come On In My Kitchen. It's one of his best tunes ever. And sorry about the buzzing in this. I think it's this guitar. Yeah, it's my guitar. It's because I did the wiring in it by myself and obviously got something kind of messed up. This guitar is one that I built from a kit, and it just sounds great for slide. All right, what is that lick? All right, so in the band, when we do it, we'll go G, F, C, D. All right, and how I navigate that is I go at the 12th fret with strings 2, 3, and 4, and then I play 1 through 4 at the 10th fret. All right, what am I doing there? I'm going, then I let everything ring, but I put my first finger down on this 8th fret on the 2nd string and pluck again. And then I'm going to strings 3 and 4. I'm letting everything ring. And I'm playing strings 3 and 4 at the 10th fret. Then I put my second finger down on the 9th fret on string 3. And then I play as a passing note. I play the 10th fret on the 4th string. So here's that lick. So that's like going F, C, G, D. So what am I doing here? All I'm doing is putting my slide across the 9th fret, okay? And I have kind of high action on this guitar, so it makes these kind of things a little easier for me. I don't do a lot of speed playing or anything like that. I don't need action that's great for leads or anything. I need action that's good for slides. So, but I can do this on my Martin that has very low action as well. It's just a little harder. All right, so all I'm doing, I'm putting the slide across the 9th fret, and I'm playing strings 4 and 1 with the slide, and then I'm putting my second finger down on string 2 at the 8th fret, my first finger down on string 3 at the 7th, and I'm making a G chord, and then I'm just strings 1 through 4 on 7. All right, and that's a D chord. Alright, now the next thing I do is I go down, and the band kind of hangs on that C, which happens at the... Alright, and I do a number of things there. So let me play up to that point, and then when I get there, I will explain what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. Alright, all I'm doing is kind of messing with the chord instead of going, which is what Robert Johnson does. And by the way, if you want to know what that is, all that is open 4, 3 on 4, open 3, 3 on 3, and you're kind of sliding up. And then, so it's 3, open 3, that's on string 3. And then 5, 3, open on string 4. And then back up to 5 again on string 4. So it's really cool. You can do a lot down there at the end of the neck, you know. Alright, so, but that's not what we're talking about today. So what are we doing there? Alright, so that's one thing you can do. So what did I do? I started that lick, but instead of doing that, I go, right, so what am I doing? So I'm starting it. Bum, 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 bum. So I'm taking the slide to the 5th fret and putting it over strings 5 and 4. Let's make this easy. Alright, and all I'm doing is taking my first finger, hey Max, and I'm putting it on the 3rd fret on the 3rd string. And going ba 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 ba. Alright, so what's that? Ba, 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 ba. I'm keeping that 5th string constant like that at the 5th fret. Alright, and I'm going the melody line. Let me see if I can explain this without exploding, without my head going pew into the stratosphere, because it seems like this may be too much even for my brain to comprehend what I do here. That's weird, isn't it? Okay, anyway, so 3 on the 3rd string, 5 on the 4th string, 3, 4, 3, 4, and I'm keeping the slide and doing 4, string 4 and 5, and then I'm letting off on the 3rd and just playing across the 5th fret. And all that is string 1 twice, and I'm at the 5th fret with the slide. String 2 once, and I'm at the 5th fret, and then I take my first finger and play string 1 at the 3rd fret. And then go ahead back to strings 4, 3, and 5. Alright, now what is that? All that is I'm taking that string 1 and 2, doing that at the 5th fret with a slide, and then I'm saying string 3 with the slide, string 4 and string 5 with the slide, and string 1 and 2 with my first finger at the 3rd fret. So I'm going bum bum bum, string 1 2 1, 1 and 2 at the 3rd fret with my first finger, 3 at the 5th fret with the slide, and then 3, 4, and 5 at the 3rd fret, and then back to open. So alright, and you can do any number of things there that you want to do. Behind the slide stuff is really cool when you get into one of these slow, and I found that Come On In My Kitchen has been a tune that I've used over time just to learn these patterns and these places where I can put in behind the slide playing and make it fit. Alright, now, and you don't have to have a band to do this. You can do this on an acoustic guitar, anything you want. Now, what is some of the stuff you can do? Now, let me just show you a couple of little licks and tricks here. Some of the things you can do when you get up above the 12th fret, if you got an electric guitar. I can't do this on my acoustic because my acoustic stops at the 12th fret, and it just gets really difficult for me to do behind the slide playing above that. Part of it's because I got little short fingers, like 5 sausages mounted on a ham. You may be different. You're going to find that you can move up to the 15th fret and in a very bluesy way, like do all kinds of stuff. Alright, so let me just show you some different things. In the first place, here's kind of the scale, if you would call it, that I use. So it's going to be 12, 12, 15 on the 5th fret, 12, 15 on the, I'm sorry, let's start at string 5 and go to string 1. So string 5, 12, 15. And anything at 15 you're going to play with your slide. 12, 15 on the 4th string, 12, 15 on the third string, 12, 13, 15 on the second string, 12, 14, 15 on the first string. Okay, so what can you do with that? All kinds of stuff. What I would encourage you to do is just start mess, you know, like this. All that is I'm going up to the 15th fret, strings 1, 2, and 3, and I'm playing strings 1 and 3, then hitting string 2, then putting my second finger down on the 14th fret on string 1, and playing that. Alright, and then I'm going and then playing on strings on 15. After I do this, 15 on 2, 15 on 3, 13 on 2, and then 12 on strings 2 and 3. So, or you can go like that as well. So there's just all kinds of things, but use that. Let me see if I can demonstrate. Alright, I did a little experimenting there myself. It's just weird how you can get little things. Okay, now, I want to show you a couple of different chord formations. Of course, you know you've got G open, G at 12, C at 5, D at 7, right? And I'm using the first 4 strings. Now, you've also got another G. You can play G like that. Hold on. This guitar's bad about that. I gotta buy some strap locks, you guys. There we go. You can play G there or here. And all I'm doing is taking my slide and putting it off top 4 strings, and I'm at the 5th fret on the 4th and the 1st string, okay? And I'm playing those two. That's an octave. Alright, but then I'm taking my first finger and putting it on the 2nd string at the 3rd fret. Second finger, putting it on the 4th fret of the 3rd string. Slightly out of tune and probably got my intonation down wrong, but a little bit. But you can make that chord there, okay? And surprise, surprise, that's almost like a slide version of a bar chord formation. And you can do all kinds of stuff with it. Alright, so alright, if you move that up to where your first finger's at the 8th fret, you've got a C chord. Move it up to where your first finger's at the 10th fret, you've got a D chord. And you can do all kinds of cool stuff, getting into some pedal steel. Alright, and at that. So what am I doing there? And then up at the, if you move it to where your first finger's at the 15th fret, you're back to G. Alright, now what was that chord formation? So, there's another G that you can make. And after I show you this, I'm going to show you a little background of these chords that I'm coming up with. You take your slide, put it at the 9th fret, strings 1 and 4, and then you take your first finger, put it at the 7th fret on string 3, second finger, put it on the 8th fret on string 2. A lot of you guys are going to start seeing this as I'm doing it during this video. That's a G chord. Move it up to where your first finger's at the 12th fret. You're at a C. First finger, 14th fret. Gets more difficult the higher you go, but you got a D. Or you can go down here. It's harder to play the lower or the higher. Seems like sometimes this stuff's hard to play. For me, it's just because my fingers are so fat. Anyway, so there's all kinds of things you can slide in, put in with behind the slide playing. All right, so this has been a little study on Robert Johnson's Come On In My Kitchen using behind the slide playing on electric guitar. All right, so guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you liked it, please like and follow me on this channel. It really helps keep things going. If you're interested in any kind of tabs or anything, just hit me up in the comments and I'll let you know how you can get your hands on stuff like that. All right, guys, have a great week and I'll see you next time.